Hello YouTube. This is Zach, coming back to you with another knife purchase. This one comes from Walmart. No great find there, I suppose, but I thought I'd go over this. I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have a few people who do. This, if you've wandered Walmart's, near the sporting section, was in amongst the various knives in the center aisle. They're Ozark trail knives. They come out every Christmas, just about. It's a pretty decent knife for the most part. It's cheap too. It's like a $3-4 knife. Not saying that cheap is bad, but I mean, I think their quality is improving, getting better. It's still pretty light compared to some others. I guess the handle material took me in. I think it's a kind of nylon. It's obviously green, olive drab green. Lanyard hole, you know, typical. Flicks out pretty nice. I've been doing it a few times here. Ozark Trail, yeah. Black paint, I want to say, because that's not no nitrate. That isn't a nitrate, or I'm not even sure what kind it is. It's a type of like paint or enamel or something, because I know that's going to scratch off after a while. I wish my flash was working, but in here there's a steel liner, top and bottom. Obviously closes, opens real nice too. Pretty decent knife. The clip on the back is pretty rugged. It's still very stiff, so maybe it'll wear in a little bit. I mean, this is a pretty decent find. I'm gonna actually give this as a gift to someone. Hopefully they don't reject it. I know it's a fairly cheap knife, but hopefully they like it. Lanyard hole. The screws, like some of the other brands, are like hexagonal, or I'm not even sure what you call those. A star tool, I guess. Liner lock as usual. Alright, so I'm going to set that down here, and I'm going to do a little comparison. See, this was a $3 knife, alright, and this, if you remember one of my other videos, maybe I haven't showed it yet, so this is the first time. This is a Kershaw Shuffle. This is one of the first ones. Bottle opener, flathead screwdriver. We're talking about a $20 knife. A little bit small, smaller compared to the $3 knife, but still, like, my gripe with both of these is the fact that they don't fit in my hand. I guess maybe I got gigantic hands. But my hand takes up that whole thing, alright? And that worries me, because if I slip, I'm going to probably end up slipping upward and cutting myself on this. I hope not, but I mean, and then the angle is weird. Like, they got it curved inward, so when you hold that, it kind of like wants to like shoot out a little bit, but it's, I don't know, it's weird. Even this one's weird. This is the Kershaw. Alright, you basically have to hold it right underneath the blade, alright? Otherwise, you'd have to hold it like this, which is awkward, but you hold it like this. That's my gripe with this one. It's a very nice knife. I love Kershaws for the most part. Kershaws are amazing knives. I have several, or I shouldn't say several, I have a few of them. Kershaw, bam. But I actually kind of like this a little bit. My other problem is you can probably tell. Maybe see it slightly. You see that? The blade is like, it's not that thick at all. Like, it's paper thin almost. Like, it actually goes to paper thin at near the point. Like, it's got like a spear tip type thing going. But even then, the rest of the blade, like the back part, the beefy part, the meat part, so to speak, it's actually thin. It's pretty thin. Like, if you compare it to this, like, look at that. Alright, this is the $20 one, and that has some meat to it, even going up. Like, the top of this is as thick as this. as the back end of this blade. So that shows you something right there. This compared to this, no, that's terrible. But yeah, it's also a smaller knife too. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kershaw is probably always going to be better than anything from Ozark, unless they, decide to beef up everything. But then again, you'll start paying more too. It's all about price, quality and price. It's still not a bad knife. Hopefully, I want to go back, and they had this other interesting one that I saw. It's like a kind of like this matte finish. Or no, it's got a Damascus steel looking blade. I don't believe it is, because it's from Ozark. But it's got a Damascus steel styling on the blade, and it's got this fake, I want to say fake staghorn grip, and it is a folder. It's kind of like this. It opens, closes. It's a folder like this. I think it has nickel bolsters, generic or fake ones, of course. But yeah, I'd like to go get that. It sparked my interest because last year they had one. Not Ozark Trail. This other company, and for the life of me, I can't remember it. They had a fixed blade, and they had a pocket folding knife. I'd really like to find that again, and I do believe that both the horns on those were actually real, but I'm not sure. I mean, it was still a $20 knife, but it was still pretty good. Like, I want to carry it around because I think that's kind of a different, everyone's got these nylon, tactical looking. I just want something a little bit different every now and then. I only have a few different kinds of pocket knives. I should probably invest in a few more. I don't want to get too into it. I have other things I'd rather put my money into at this point. But this is where I'm at. Like, this is, I mean, it's still a pretty good knife. It's $4. That's $4 at Walmart. I mean, if you wanted something nice, beater, I'd suggest that. Just go get that. And like I said, it's only $4. It's on the small side. I mean, you're not, if you want something that's an everyday carrier that you're not afraid to lose or get have to give up. Say you're going to the airport and you have this on you instead of something like this or a SOG or a say a CRKT. Well, if you have to give this up, that's $4. You could go to Walmart the next day and get another one. So, I mean, it's just a little food for thought. I mean, you shouldn't have to spend all that money on the nicer ones. I mean, if you want to, that's your preference. So go ahead and spend the money on the nice ones. Carry them around the area, beat them up a little bit, or, however you want to do it. I mean, that's fine. But, I mean, I don't feel like spending the money on something I could get, for one SOG, I could probably get a handful of these Ozark Trails. And yeah, I'd probably carry them around. I'd probably use them. I'd probably end up beating them on stuff. And, I mean, they're nifty. I mean, another thought is, a ton of these, you buy like a handful of these, and you put them into bug-out bags. All right? That's going to be my bug-out bag thing for this week. You go to there, you get some of these. I mean, these are a great stocking. You go to the Walmart, or you go to any Walmart and pretty much pick up some of these and set them aside for a rainy day. I mean, think about it. That'd come real handy. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I'm kind of disappointed in Walmart. I'm not sure what's going on, but this year they had these, so to say. They didn't have anything like this. They didn't have any Kershaws. They didn't have any Kershaws. They didn't have any SOG, and they didn't have any CRKT. Any special ones like they usually do. Like last year, they had I I can't remember. It was SOG, like small knife, and they had a bunch of CRKT knives. As a matter of fact, they might have even had that one Staghorn knife last year that I wanted. They had nice sets. They Kershaw had a lot of two knife sets, but the problem is this year they didn't have them, and I don't know why. I don't know if maybe they lost a contract with them, or they didn't feel that the pricing was right. All I know is that this year it was kind of a bummer. They didn't have any nice. They instead they had, and I'm not knocking any of them. I just I don't know. I bought one knife from them one year. I'm trying to think of their name. I want to say yeah, you know what? I can't think of it right now, but they had like three brand names that they've always had, and I didn't really care too much for them. I mean, one was obviously Ozark Trail. Camillus, they had those. They're not bad, but I don't know. I I don't know. I just don't, for some reason they don't really spark my interest. Like they don't really do anything for me. And then they had this other one. I think it was Camo Company. I can't remember what it was called. But for some reason they just had these three sets, and I don't understand that. Like I enjoy this time of year getting the Christmas sets from like SOG, like Kershaw, like CRKT. I love their sets. I don't know why they didn't send any special Christmas gift sets out to Walmart this year, but oh well. I'll be disappointed. But until next time, that is my rant. Though small it is, that's what it is. Peace out.